Coach Croson called me and said that I had just been announced like the MVP of the Mission League, which was like a huge deal, especially being a wide receiver. You know it's hard to get MVPs of leagues. And the following day, Coach Shaw called me and was like, Mike, you just got accepted into Stanford. Like and so to have those two things happen, 24 hours apart was just crazy. And I remember Coach Shaw was saying, like, your life is forever going to be different now. The achievement that you just accomplished is one that not many people in the world get the opportunity to do. So that was something I'll never forget. So for me, Stanford's been like a childhood dream since I was like 10 years old. So my dad was watching Andrew Luck, was watching Doug Baldwin, was watching Richard Sherman. He was like, man, I see you as a Stanford guy because of how good I was at football at the time and the type of character I had at 10 years old or 12 years old and the grades that I was putting up in school. I had a crazy good junior year. I had like 1,200 yards, X amount of touchdowns, did really well. And I knew once I got that Notre Dame offer, that was when Coach Moran messaged me right after they offered me on Twitter and was like, hey, Mike, we're really interested in you. Coach Pritchard loves your film. We want to invite you up for a junior day. And I was like, all right, I think I can do this now. Like it's starting to come to fruition. And then Coach Pritch said, just be patient. Like it's coming, it's coming. And I took my SAT, got a really good score, and then they offered me, I think in March, and I committed 2 weeks later. And it was like one of the best days, still the best feeling of my life to this day. You pour everything into a dream and a goal and it happens. Like there's no greater feeling in the entire world than that. So that's what brought me here, and that's kind of the backstory of how I got here. We get to the Washington game, but I was starting to find my groove, so I was starting to get really, really confident. I think I had like a 40-yard catch in the first quarter, which is actually the play I got hurt on. But after the 40-yard catch, I'm like, man, I'm here. Like I've arrived. And I've hit my groove. And then after I got tackled on that 40-yard catch, like my foot was hurting, and I kept playing on it because I thought it was just gonna go away. But it just kept getting worse and worse. And I had another catch in the second quarter, tried to cut on my foot, and I just fell to the ground. I'm like, yeah, something's not right. Finished the drive, came off, and I talked to the trainer. I said, look, I probably need to get an x-ray or just get my foot taped really tight because something's not right. They get the x-ray and they're like, oh, you have the Jones fracture. You need surgery. You're gonna be out 4 to 6 months. And the surgery went well. Did my 6 months of rehab, I think, to be fully back. And on my second workout of being fully cleared, I did the exact same thing to my foot. Ended up coming back about 5.5 months later. So the total time ended up being 11 months. When you go that many weeks without being able to do what you love, you start questioning, am I ever gonna be able to come back? Is my foot ever gonna heal? But the things that I learned going through that, and it was really the first time in my life that I experienced true adversity, how to fight through something when things aren't going your way. That experience that I went through was priceless, and if I had to go through all it again, I probably would. I didn't realize the growth that I'd have as a man, as a person, as a human being, and I credit all of that to Stanford. I credit to the university, I credit to my teammates, I credit to Coach Shaw, Coach BK, I credit to just the students I've interacted with, the people that I've met along the way. And I think that is probably the best thing that's come out of Stanford is the character I've developed, more so than obviously the great degree I've gotten or how many catches or yards. Like all that stuff is great, but the intangible thing, like the character and the maturity level that I've reached over the last 5 years has been just exceptional and just something that I'm the most proud about.